we won't know until the first race. But yeah, do I feel like a title contender? I guess so. I like to think that I am, but we won't know until end of the year.
Do you try and look at other teams' pace and stuff like that, or is it a pointless exercise?
No, for sure. It's the best. I mean, this week's probably the best sort of comparison you can have before you get to the race. Obviously, different run plans and etc. So yeah, there's a little bit of you can't take it all seriously, but there's obviously elements that you have to compare, whether it's race runs or 350 laps or whatever. That it's sort of apples for apples that you can compare to yourself. But obviously, it's also a track that's not obviously Formula E-esque, but we've also been coming here for a long time, and you just want to be quick everywhere, right? So if you're a little bit off the pace, you want to try and fix those problems. It's typical motorsport. You just want to be able to problem solve and find the issues, fix them, and go faster. It doesn't matter if it's Valencia, whether it's short tracks or whatever. So yeah.
You're the only team on the grid with the same driver lineup as last season. Do you think that's notable?
Yeah.
Consistency-wise, and that sort of
it should be. It should be. It should only be a good thing. Obviously, there's so much going on as it is with a new car. It's a big transition, so I guess if the team doesn't have to, get used to a new driver or drivers, then that should only be a good thing for us. So we can just that's all stable, and we can just focus on the development of the car. Again, we won't know if that's been beneficial or not, but I'm sure maybe throughout private testing that we've had in the past few months, throughout this test and maybe the initial phase of the season, yes, maybe there's a slight benefit potentially, but yeah, it's quite funny that we're the only team that has not made any changes. So yeah, I like working with Sam, so I'm cool with that.
Cool. Best of luck, Sacha. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. Is this your first Formula E press conference?
Yes, I guess.
You're late
hopefully not the last one.
Yeah, exactly. You won't
it's
get
not
invited.
starting well.
Was it really? Jean-Eric, we'll move on to you. A sort of a new team. Does it feel like a new team? Is it a new team? How's it working in the whole DS Penske world?
It's working very well at the moment. It doesn't feel like a new team, although we have a new name, you have a new owner, new people in the team. I got new mechanics coming from Dragon, but the engineers are the same on my side, and it feels pretty much like the same team as I've had the last 5-6 years. I don't even remember.
And the car seems quick from what we're looking at on the sort of testing times. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean it's. I think everybody is kind of looking for answers. It's the very beginning of the Gen 3, so maybe we are a little bit in advance, but it doesn't mean we may be that quick. Because sometimes I do some lap times that I feel that are very slow, and if I would have made the same mistake in the Gen 2 when I think I'm not doing a perfect lap, I would have been P15, and now it's up there. So I'm sure everybody will catch up, understand the car better. But so far it's been doing well. I think we have a very good base, and we just need to tidy up everything because there are still many areas that we have to improve.
And a word on Gen 3, very different being here with these cars to Season 1 in Punta del Este, I imagine, for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Formula E through all the different cars that we had, and I really like this car. It's fun to drive, more power, and it's always a big challenge for us, the drivers on the team, when we got something new, and it's very exciting to discover a new car and trying to understand their little secrets, because there are many things that has to be understood in this car. So there is a big room for improvement for the drivers in the way you drive it, for the teams in the way you set up your car. So yeah, it's very exciting.
Cool. Best of luck. Sacha, now turning to you. Welcome to Formula E. You and electricity bonding well straight away. How did you end up in Formula E, I guess, is my question, because you did sort of the one race at the end of last year as Jaguar Reserve. How did the Nissan relationship happen?
Yeah, I participated, let's say, in Korea. It was a pretty interesting call. I mean, I was part of Jag Reserve Driver for a bit since 2020, working with them a little bit. So I was around the paddock for a bit. And of course, the target for me was to end up here. And yeah, everything came up pretty okay mid-season when I was starting to talk with Nissan. And yeah, everything happened pretty quick. And of course, now very excited to be here. It's of course a big step in my career, racing in such a high-level championship with high-level drivers and teams like this. So really looking forward to it. Of course, I know, where we need to work on in general. But here, in Valencia, is quite good now. We can have a kind of a feel of where we are, what we need to improve, what we need to do. And yeah, it's good to be here.
Is it a good year to be a rookie, do you think?
Yeah, yes, definitely. Of course, going into a new car, a new Gen 3, new season, it's always helpful because we kind of start off scratch paper, white paper for everyone. Of course, I do not have experience on the racing side, or not as much. So all of that, also racing tracks, I don't know a lot. But the car, which is one of the biggest things, also, of course, is for everyone quite new. So that's kind of helpful for me. Yes, it's a good timing to start. Let's say my career in Formula E hopefully is long.
Cool. Best of luck. Right. Any questions from the floor? If you do, then raise your hand.
Good afternoon, Ben Vinel from motorsport.com. Question to all three of you. What's the most lap you've completed on a single set of tires, and what was the tires' condition at the end?
I think I could have done the whole Valencia testing with one set. I had very old tires this morning for some random test, wanting to save the newer tires for later, actually went as quick. So in terms of performance, the tire lasts very, very long.
Mitch, anything to say?
Nothing to add, to be honest. Same. I could probably take these to the rest of the season. It's whether it's a good or bad thing, I'm not sure, but yeah, they last quite a long time.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, it's quite a hard tire, so we can kind of do a whole 2-3 weekends like this. It's kind of the same thing.
Okay. Next question.
Cleo Abram from Huge If True. I'm curious, what is your experience braking on this car? How does it feel? How's it been going in testing? How does it differ from the previous generations?
Please. Interesting. I mean, it's very different, of course. I'm coming from different cars, carbon brakes all around. Here we do not have that on the rear especially. So feeling-wise, it's quite different. The most difficult thing for us at the beginning of the development testing was just finding the right transition when we have all the electrics on the rear to the front, and then the hydraulics of the brake disc happening. So all of that was quite a bit of a difficult topic, especially in the development testing. But now, after so much testing and development, it feels pretty much like a normal racing car. Really.
Same.
I'll give you some more than that.
Good boy.
No, it's been a big change, to be honest. I think the tricky thing for me is actually the trail braking phase. It's a lot change in terms of technique, even just how the car decelerates. Also not having the rear brakes. If we hit like power limits and stuff, it's changed a lot. But to be honest, I'm still getting used to it. It's quite unusual feeling. So, but as Jeff touched on, it's going to just be a massive room for, well, not in his last answer, but sorry, his previous one. There's a massive scope for development. So I'm looking forward to seeing where the teams can get to with the additional front powertrain.